up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah.
Say hello to somebody around you.
Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
All right. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Even me, how many of us women were fathers and mothers? So, it's about the divine male energy today, and that, and all of us have been a father or somebody who helped guide somebody else. So, pat all of us on the back for that, right? So anyway, let's say our mission and our vision, who we are today. So let's say it together. We are a positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our vision is spiritual awakening and personal growth in a world that works for everyone. Our mission is to help individuals discover the spiritual tools and inner power that has the ability to transform lives and make the world a better place. Hallelujah. And that's what each one of us here is doing. And that's why we're here every Sunday, to get those spiritual tools to help make that world a better place. So anyway, so what's going on this week? Okay, so this is the last week to sign up for Dale's Metaphysical Bible class. She had a really good turnout, and this is a wonderful accredited class. If you want to know the spirituality behind the Bible, this is a great, great class, and Dale's a fabulous teacher. So it's this Wednesday. There will be no book study this week for Kathy Dogood, who meets on Friday, so don't show up. And what else? We still have a couple of places left, I believe, for our tour. So if you're interested, as Dr. Edwards said last week, he was here. Oh, you guys didn't see that. He was here at the second service, and he described this as a spiritual pilgrimage. He said, you can go on all kinds of tours, but this actually is a spiritual pilgrimage, and we do spiritual practices every day. It's wonderful. So, and, we already did that. Happy Father's Day. And what else? I guess that's it. Except you are in for a real treat today. We have Terry Wilder. I know. We always love it. She's a Sprint woman, and she's got a great voice. She's got great jewelry and music out there. So let's give her a warm welcome. Terry Wilder.
That was my cue. I wasn't sure if I was just being introduced. Good morning, everybody. I am ready. Please hold. What a great way to start the day.
Terry. Way to go, Terry. Thank you. Good morning. Let's go right to work. What do you think? Let's take a deep breath in and exhale. One more time, deep breath in and exhale all the way out. Once again, here's our opportunity just to go into that quiet place in our minds, to pay another visit to that room in our minds where there are no problems, there are no solutions, there's just that nothingness, that space. And we go in there so that we can clear our minds. We can eliminate any preconceived ideas of what has to be done, what needs to be done. And just breathe in this moment. Just know that you're divinely guided and sustained and maintained by that infinite presence. Your very breath indicates that the divine presence is moving through you. Take a deep breath in. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my serenity. As within, all around, all I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love, and I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore.
Creation is the original thought of mind, and the mind of God chooses to perpetuate itself. So all life is chosen. As the offspring of God, the chosen carry forth, emanate, and imbibe the Spirit of God. I know many are chosen, but many, many more than few are also called to be the chosen. Today, I proclaim I'm amongst the chosen. I have been chosen to rise above my circumstances. I have been chosen to face life in all its glory and its adversity and go forward. I have been chosen to find the good in every situation. And in every situation there is good and there is God, and so it is all good. I have been chosen to be the pillar of good deeds, good actions, and good thoughts. I have been chosen to be the face of God, to inspire, to bring about hope, to be courage, and to help others find their courage as well. I maintain faith in God in all situations. My belief and my trust is unwavering. And so it is my legacy to live love, to be love, to express love. That is what I have chosen. I am so grateful to be amongst the chosen, to be the receiver as well as the giver of good. I am so grateful for all the blessings that I have in my life, and so much more am I grateful for. Sanctified, blessed, I let these words go. I let them be so, because they are present here in heaven and on earth. So please affirm them with me by saying, and so it is. Amen.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos
and noise. So I awake in this holy silence. I hear all that has never been said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So we awake in this holy silence. We hear all that needs to be said, and right here in this holy silence we find God when we find ourselves. And I find God when I find myself. And you find God when you find yourself. Let's take a deep breath in, please.
And join me, please. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, sending out joy. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. Send out your peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns. Sending out love. Sing it out, please. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me. Beautiful, Terry. Thank you. Beautiful. Let's hear it for these backup singers, this band. They did a great job again. Always. Really beautiful. Whoop, little feedback. All right, so Father's Day. I got some Father's Day gifts for we're going to do, this time I have this idea so we don't have a tiebreaker with 6 people with the same claim. So I'm going to give this to the first one, oldest father in the room. So oldest father in the room, we're going to go, not someone who calls you daddy. Want to be really clear about that, right? Oldest father in the room. All right, so let's start with anyone over 80. Is there a dad over 80? All right. Well, okay, my friend, I think you may have it. How old are you? 83. How many kids do you have? 3. Congratulations. Welcome. All right, how about the one with the most grandkids? Most grandkids. Let's go for 5 grandkids. Anyone have over 5? No? Anyone have 4 grandkids? 3 grandkids? All right, there we go. I have 2. See? That's why we have 2 things. Look. We have a tie. There you go. With 3 grandkids. All right, happy Father's Day, guys. There you go. I got it right back here. All right. All right, well, congratulations. Okay, so today I decided to do something that my father liked. My dad really liked 2 talks that I did. He liked more, but those were 2 of his favorites. The first one was the flight attendant talk, which I did last year, so I didn't feel like doing that again this year. The other one was my dad always loved Pick a Page. He'd like to see his son dance on fire with somebody throwing out numbers and stuff like that. So we're going to do Pick a Page today. We're going to do it from a different textbook, though. We're going to do it from one of my favorite textbooks, this book called The Science of Successful Living by Raymond Charles Barker. This is one of the best books I've ever read. When people ask me if you had to recommend a book which encapsulates the science of mind that is easy to read, this is what I recommend. This has always been the book that I give to people. All right? So we're just going to pick a page, a paragraph, and a sentence, and I'm going to just talk. How's that? Lee, 1 to 145. 48. All right? Oh, the chapter is Resentment is Ruin. 3 paragraphs? Pick 1, 2, or 3. 1. 10 sentences. 1 to 10. 3. Perfect. 1, 2. Okay, here we go. In fact, I'm going to read 10 and 11, or 3 and 4. The demonstration of these principles is not for the casually minded person. Readers of this book may be inspired to change their thinking and emotional pattern for a few days. That will not accomplish results. It is the steadfast, day after day, right thinking which produces results. That's an easy one, right? It's an easy one. Basically, he says here, the demonstration of these principles is not for the casual-minded person. It's not for the person who shows up on Sunday and expects it to last till the next Sunday. It requires each and every one of us to wake up every single day. In fact, we have to wake up multiple times a day, even when in our awakened state. Does that make sense? We are constantly called to wake up all day long. Every time I listen to anything that resembles news, I have to remind myself to wake up, all right? To not fall into the consciousness that's out there, but rather rise above that and make sure that my level is really high. My consciousness is high. So it's not going to be for the person who's just casually doing this. It requires work. It requires work. Why do you think, when you look at like the AA programs and NA programs, they meet every single day, and it's recommended that you go at least once a day. And I know people that sometimes have to go twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Why? Because they need a constant reminder about what's going on in their world and how they can change their world. And sometimes we forget. It's really easy to move into that place where we just forget that our good comes from constant spiritual, steadfast thinking. And now it's sometimes challenging because something always something always pops up that pisses you off. No? Anybody? Anybody? Once a day? Twice a day? Yeah. If anybody's ever been married, happens multiple times a day. So it's a constant reminder. It's just a reminder. In your humanity, things are always going to happen. Things are always going to pop up. But it's just a commitment to yourself to stay there. All right? Tim, 1 to 45, or 1 to 145. Pick a page, 1 to 145. 63. One more thing, hold on. So one more thing. When it's about, we're in the chapter of resentment is ruin. Sorry, going back to Lee's page. One thing you have to remember, when you're in resentment or when you're feeling resentment or anger or hostility, that's when you have to be steadfast, because when you fall into places where you're constantly reminding yourself about how much that person ticked you off or how much they did you wrong, that resentment is ruined. That will change not just your life, it'll change your physical body, so your body will start to get sick. So that's another thing about being steadfast in allowing yourself to practice forgiveness, because in the absence of that, your body will then take on all of those emotions, and then if all thought manifests, how does that thought manifest? A lot of times it comes out in our body. It comes out in some sort of an illness, a cold. Something is demonstrated by harboring onto that resentment. Sorry, page 63, the divine intangible. Tim, three paragraphs. Pick 1, 2, or 3. 2, paragraph 2. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentences. 3. Everybody's picking 3. Okay, I have to read the previous one because it actually splits there. Okay. The intangible spirit and mind of the eternal one are omnipresent. In other words, God is always present. Where you are at every split second, the perfect action is taking place. Let's stop there. Where you are at every moment of your life, perfect action is taking place. How many of us have the confidence to believe that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Good. The rest of you, we're a mess together. All right? The rest of us, we go, am I making the right decision? Is this the right time to be making this decision? What if the market does this? Or what if my relationship does that? Or what if my kids do this? Or what if this happens? We play this little game. But what if you knew? What if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that every time you were making a decision, you were making it at the right time? That the divine action through you is moving you to that place where you are making a decision at the right time. If you just made it, here's the problem. If you just made the decision and then moved on, you'd be fine. But many of us make a decision and then we look back at that decision wondering, oh my God, did I decide to do the right thing? Was that the right thing to do? If you knew that every action was divinely guided in that special moment, that you were already there, you don't need to seek and find it, that you're already in it, how would that feel? How would that change how you make decisions? Now, I'm not saying you do it haphazardly. I'm not saying, but when you finally decide, I'm going to make a decision, make the decision and then what? Move on. Don't look in the rearview mirror. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Doesn't make a difference at that point. One more sentence. Being everywhere, it is in all, from the lowliest material object to the greatest intellect. But there is one grand scale ascending of mental action. Somewhere along this scale, you will find yourself. Wow, I didn't even have to solicit that. That's good. Ooh. If there's one grand scale, somewhere you're going to find yourself. If I asked you where you are on that scale, if this is like 1 and this is like 10, if I asked you, where do you think you reside? Where do you live in your day-to-day thinking? Pick your number. You don't say it out loud, but pick your number. A lot of people will go, I want to say 9, but in the back of my mind, I think 4. Or 5, or 6, because I doubt what I'm doing. I don't stand in faith. My faith is being challenged right now in history, so I'm not feeling that right now. Just remember to remind yourself, we're all somewhere on the scale, but you're on the scale. Yay! Which means what? You can always ascend and move up. And how do you do that? By making these decisions, by having faith in the decisions that you're making them and not feeling any resentment or ruin, and making them knowing that the divine intangible, the divine spirit, whatever you want to call it, is always supporting your action, always supporting you. There is not a universal principle that is against you. The universal principle is always for you. Does that make sense? Are we good? Eric, pick a page, 1 to 145. 82, you're moving up the table here. 82, the chapter is the intangible in business. All right? 1, 2, or 3 paragraphs. 2, that's boring. Can we pick 3? I'll choose 1 to cut it in the middle. Okay, here we go. Dr. Raymond Charles Barker, one of my favorites, he wrote this. Life is activity. It is business. God is life, and I am the action of life. I am the action of the life of God. This is a prayer. I am a center of intelligence in the mind of God. Today, I work with ease. I let divine ideas function in my thinking. I let divine love govern my emotions. I shall accomplish through the power of God that indwells me. I like my work, my coworkers, and my responsibilities. Through these, I give value to life, and in turn, I am of value to God. First of all, his opening sentence. Life is activity, it is business. So whether you are actively working in some job or whether you are actively retired and working all the time in something, your life, your business is your life. So you are always in business. You are in a spiritual business. And you have to look at how you take care of your business. And business meaning I have to look at how I take care of my relationships. I have to look at how I take care of my health. I have to take care of my creativity and what am I doing to grow my personal life business? What am I doing to grow my personal health? What am I doing to grow my personal relationships? You are in the business of life, and it is a spiritual business, and if you don't do right, you go out of business. And you'll go out of business because of several reasons. You may let your health fail. You may let yourself become financially destitute. You may not understand the spiritual principles. And so you don't embody them and start to embrace them. So you begin to decline. So it requires you to do your spiritual homework and keep up with the business trends. What does that mean? It means that you can't rely on what you used to use. You have to continue to expand and make it bigger so that your life becomes bigger. If you don't expand and become bigger, your life begins to contract. Contract is not what the universe wants us to do. You can never shrink yourself into your good. You can never shrink yourself into prosperity. You can't shrink yourself into relationships. You can't shrink yourself into health. You have to expand into it. You have to evolve into it. Does that make sense? Are we doing okay? Claudia, page 1 to 145. Well, gonna go right to the, this should be good. We should do that at the end. All right, 145. There's only one paragraph. Oh, my favorite. All right, here you go. Stand in the revelation and authorize your experience. Stand in this revelation and authorize your experience. Wouldn't it be neat if we had the time to go through the center right now and I said, I want you to stand, give your name, and what experience you are authorizing right now? Wouldn't that be great if we could do that? Say, my name is Joe Hooper, and I am authorizing perfect loving relationships. And everybody go, yay, Joe. We support you. We love you. Go on your journey, Joe. What do you think? So what do you think? What if I said to you right now, I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it right now. If I asked you, stand and authorize your experience, pick 2 things that you would rise and go, I am authorizing this and this in my life now. Everyone stand up. And at the top of your lungs, so that no one else has to hear your private secrets. Because everybody's gonna do it together. You're gonna say, I am authorizing this and this in my life now. Ready? Pick the two things. Ready, go. I am authorizing right now. Right now. Right now. You got it. Everybody be seated. You all right? Okay. Don't stand up next time. We'll hold you there. You can yell from there. All right? Then he says this. Stand in this revelation, authorize your experience. Heaven is the normal atmosphere of those who know their perfect place in the divine plan of being. Let me say that again. Heaven is the natural consequence when you know who you are and you know whose you are. That's the natural place where we reside when we go to that place within ourselves that believes and knows that this is who I am. I am that divine expression. I am the divine love of God. When I know that and stop all the other external noises that are going on in my life, anyone else have those noises? When I know this, I am at peace no matter what is going on around me. Because it doesn't move me. It just doesn't move me anymore. All right, pen, 1 to 145. 73. Are you guys okay out there? Dad, I hope you're listening because this is doing this for you. There's only one paragraph. 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. Pick 1 to 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I know. Hang on. Give me 1 second. You know what? I'm going to do I have to do the whole paragraph because if I just do 4, it doesn't make sense. Here we go. But I'll get to 4, but I'm going to talk about 4. The unlimited ideas of the infinite mind are yours to draw upon. Number 1. The unlimited ideas of the mind of God are yours to draw upon. Not just the ones you know of, but there is an unlimited storehouse of ideas. So when you're trying to figure things out in this conscious state that we walk around trying to resolve problems, when you're trying to figure things out in that consciousness, many times the situation swirls in around us. And because it's swirling around us, I want you to visualize you're like this thing standing up in the middle, right? And things are swirling around you of a current condition, all right? And what's going to happen is it's really hard to gather new information when the swirl around you is the condition and you're going through this whole exercise of fear around it. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, what if I do this and what if I do that? Is there any room for you to receive anything when all that activity is swirling around you? No, very little. So, first idea, I have to get to the divine storehouse. How do I do that? Just like we did here during the meditation, the first thing we do is we say you have to get away from the swirling activity of your life and allow yourself to go into that quiet place where the issue doesn't exist and it doesn't swirl. It's only you and the presence communing with one another. From that place, coming out of that silence, and then doing your affirmative prayer, which if you don't know how to pray, go to our website. It's on the archive. You can do a 2-hour or an hour and 30-minute workshop. It's even closed captioned. So if you don't know how to pray, so you come out of this meditative state, and then you pray. And then you say to yourself, okay, universe, I am open and receptive to receiving this good, however it's meant to come. And you just wait a few minutes, maybe a couple days, but you allow yourself the opportunity to say, I am open and receptive to receiving this. But when you're swirling, it's really hard to find it. It goes on to say this. Your understanding of life as a spiritual experience is your love for God. This opens you to the floodgates of heavenly ideas. This erases all fear of the future, for you can create the future you want. When you open up the floodgates and you say, prove me now. I stand, see how these are fitting together? I'm standing and authorizing my experience. When you do that and you open up the floodgates, the universe can say, that's my son, that's my daughter. All right, here you go. Here's the journey. Here's the path. Follow me. I'm laying it out before you. But you have to get there first. And remember, you can't get there if you're harboring any resentments, any anxiety, any fear. If your mind is swirling around a condition, it will be almost impossible for you to get there because your consciousness isn't ready to be there yet. That's when we have to stop. Does that make sense? Holly, page 1 to 145. 129. Good. That's good. Pop me out of this chapter. Whew. The necessity of flexibility. Ooh. 3 paragraphs. 1. Here we go. All the love there is focalizes in your emotion seeking a balanced outlet. All the love, capital L, all of God's love is seeking a who's here balanced? 2. No one. Good. We're all the same boat. It's hard to look at yourself. I am a balanced human being. But what is our divine state? First of all, our divine state is, first of all, there's the perfection. I'm in the right place, doing the right time, at the right thing, with the right people, the right scenario. I have to believe that what I'm doing is divinely timed, right? So the next thing is I have to allow my emotions to be open to this power of love to work through me so I can be a balanced outlet. What does that mean? It doesn't mean I'm constantly swinging on the chandelier. Woohoo! There are moments. Anybody want a moment of that? I'll take that. I'll take a moment of swinging on the chandelier. But also, it's a balance thing. What does that mean? In order to receive that love, there has to be balance. I'm going to talk about it in the physical sense. First off, I have to have sleep and activity. Right? I have to have sleep. There has to be now, if I'm sleeping 20 hours a day, that doesn't seem too balanced. But sleep is a necessary component. Activity is a necessary component. Eating right and taking care of my body is a necessary component. It's a balanced outlet. I can't stay up all night long all the time having fun. There has to be a balance to that. There has to be a balance of give and take in your relationships. There has to be a balance in how you interact with other people. If you're always on top of somebody, getting down on them, there's no balance there. We have to balance last week I said, you are the eyes and the ears and the love of God, and when I'm looking at you, I'm looking at the love of God that's looking back at me. Does that make sense? That's what this is talking about. It goes on to say this. It balanced outlet. It gives without price. It is the greatest single ingredient in living flexibly. It takes away all the competitive stresses. It unites on a solid foundation those who know it aright. It makes no claims and has no ownership. Its sole purpose is to give, and it cares not whether it receives in like measure or not. So here we go. Let me unpack that for you. It takes all the competitive process away. In other words, there's no need to look at what's going on with someone else in their life. There's only my life unfolding for my greater good. I'm not going to compare my life to the other people. I tried to teach that to our teenage daughter all throughout high school. Almost impossible to teach to a little high school girl, right? But it's the truth. The truth is, stop looking and comparing yourself to other people. When you're doing the very best that you can do, then the very best will follow you. Does that make sense? And I don't care how old you are, when you're doing the very best you can do, your good will follow you. Does that make sense? Balanced, it takes away the stress. It unites on a solid foundation those who know it aright. When you know that you know, and this is where I'm going to close, when you know that you know, it always balances itself and becomes known to you. So this morning, when you came in this morning, this was in your program. It's a little flyer, all right? It's something written. Mark, I think you gave this to me. Dr. Raymond Charles Barker wrote this. What you believe happens. And I'm just going to read this, and let this be your homework this week. Every morning when you wake up, and every night before you go to bed, let this be the first thing you read and the last thing you read before you go to bed. Try it. Just try it. I would just say, if you've never done it, just try it. All right? The last thing you read, the last thing you put in your mind is this. No one has ever solved a problem by worrying about it. A repetition of negatives cannot create a positive. Yet watch a worried person and you will see him enmeshed in useless ideas that will have to be discarded before the solution appears. So it won't appear as long as I'm on the condition. The healing doesn't exist when I'm strolling around the condition. The past with its memory patterns is the millstone that hangs around the necks of most people. Jesus negated the past, affirmed the present in positive terms, and declared the future to be good. His way of thinking has improved the world. It can improve you. It is easy to think of the past because it requires no new thinking. The ideas have already been alive once, but to think ahead creatively requires you stepping out of accepted ideas. You have to make new friends in the realm of mind. New ideas conceived, guaranteed, new conditions to be perceived. New ideas conceived, new conditions perceived. Your immediate future is your present thinking made visible. You can only become what you now believe you are. Right thinking today about yourself is your only guarantee of right experience tomorrow. Affirm that you are a spiritual person receptive to God's ideas, and let life bring to pass the goods you need and seek. It will do just that. That's your homework. And so end your lesson. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Right now is perfect. I love that. So I invite our ushers to come forward. Those of you that are live streaming, please, there's a button there to give. If you are on your smartphones, you can text to the number that is on the screen right now. And so this is our opportunity. This is our time of gratitude, our time of knowing that we are so blessed by everything that Spirit gives us. And so we know that what Spirit gives us, we are to give back. And so we know that the reason we are here is to make this a better world for everyone. And we do so with our offerings, knowing that what you give, we do great things with it. There's so many places that your money through our tithe goes that to help the community, to help others. So please let's say together our offertory prayer. I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. I know my offering and my commitment to the center allows us to do great work in the world, and so it is.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit from my life. My heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only in your God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only in your God. I release and I let go. I let the
hold up our hands and let us bless our offering, knowing that it comes back to us, pressed down and overflowing as we say, we bless this gift. We send it forth to heal and prosper. We know our offering and our commitment to the center allows us to do great work in the world, and so it is. Thank you, Dale. So at this time, I'd like to welcome our visitors. If there is anyone here for the first time, please stand. We'd love to welcome you, and we have a gift for you. Oh, yes, I thought you were new for the first time. Welcome, welcome, and thank you. So that's a CD holder with information about our center. Please stop by the foyer table and get a CD of a couple of Dr. Joe's talks. We welcome you. If you're from the Valley, we hope you come back. And if you're visiting, enjoy your stay. This is our prayer team that's over in Ohm Room. So if you're going through something, you need some prayers, or you're setting an intention, something you want to release or something that you want to bring into your life, go see our powerful prayer team there. Don't forget, Kathy Duguid's not having her class. And also, I wanted to tell you, Annie reminded me that it's pretty warm outside, so coffee is being served in the over in Costa Hall, not the Ohm Room. Don't go into the Ohm Room for your coffee. Go on over to Costa Hall and have some coffee and some goodies and stuff. So anyway, I wish you all a happy, wonderful Father's Day and a wonderful week. And let's just close with this prayer. Knowing that it is all God, knowing that it is all perfect, and we are part of that perfection. We know that we take full responsibility for everything in our life. We let go what no longer serves us. We let go of the story, and we create a new story of how we desire to see our life, to experience our life. We stand up and we declare what is ours. And knowing that by our declaration, it is already done in the mind of God. And so we move forward in that confidence, in that love, in that compassion, in everything we do. We recognize the beauty of life everywhere we go. We see it unfolding. We see and experience our lives unfolding in its perfection. And we know that our lives are balanced. We know that what we do is what is necessary. We recognize that what shows up in our life is also necessary for our growth. And we embrace it and we move through it, anticipating the next greatest experience. So knowing this is the truth, so grateful for our existence, so grateful for this center and our music and our opportunity to be of service, to be giving, to support this center. We say thank you, we let it be, and together we say, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
Well, I feel good that I hold out. I feel good, good that I would. So good,
So good,
so good,
so good.
I feel right. Look inside. I feel so right.